you can refer back to this list.
Yes.
And invite in for more freedom.
Right.
Okay. So what would be a measure of success?
The measure of success, so I have the specific reminder for each categories, which is either for like finance or for work, hours I work, I stay in there, or how many hours I just like on my social media. And measure that I have at least, if I have 5 reminders, then I want to have 5 topic through it. So the measure, if I have it all, then is a measure of success.
Do you mind repeating the last part? If I have 5 reminders, I have
for 5 categories, like 5 topics related to like either finance or working time, if I kind of cross the limit.
Okay.
I'm not sure, is that answer the measure of success?
Yeah, no, that's perfect. And what do you believe you need to address or resolve in order to achieve your goal of creating more personal freedom and setting boundaries?
I would say resolve, well, list out what are those right now, what are those gray areas right now, in order to like have the list reminders.
Okay, so what are some of those gray areas that first come to mind for you?
Which is the time hours, the hours that I put in to work and don't really like go enjoy, even though I create that different things. And then second would be the finance part, and then third maybe like phone uses, because sometimes I'm just on my phone and can roll it for like 4 hours.
Yeah, that addiction is real.
Yeah,
it is totally real, so I can understand that. So far we have time, which equates to your hours that you put into work. The second is finances, and the third is phone usage. Anything else that comes to mind?
I would say I think about it. Time, work. There are 2 works, so the time of me is like the other work and then another work. So I just want to monetize and then actually reduce for both. And then also it's like I recognize that I spend a lot of time think about somebody else, how to help them, certain things, and then it's just like I feel it drain my energy sometimes, and then I just keep calling them like, hey, I think that's good for you. Hey. And then just it end up I think I would be more self-centered, and then instead of giving time just like randomly and gossip on the phone, stuff like that.
Yeah, so what I'm hearing is self-care.
Self-care, yeah.
Self-care, okay. So are you open to making an observation?
Sure.
You listed out 5 things. The first being time, second is finances, third is phone usage, fourth is work, and then the last is self-care. So with our goal in mind of creating more personal freedom, 3 out of those 5 are work-based. So the time and the hours you put into work, the finances which you get from work, and then work in and of itself.
Sorry.
So could you see, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah. So could you see how that 3 out of the 5 that are listed there are work-based, which could be an indicator of how much time you are consumed by work and finances.
Sorry, I didn't catch the question.
So it wasn't a question, it was more of an observation.
Ah.
Saying that, so you listed out 5 things, right?
Yeah.
And out of those 5 things, my observation is that 3 out of 5 of them are in relation to work.
Yeah.
So could you see how that correlates to your life feeling like it's consumed by work, because that is so much of your focus?
Yes, correct.
Right? So how can we adjust maybe some of those and loop work, finances, and time into one bucket so that you create space for other things in your life, and you create space for the personal freedom that you desire?
Mhm. Yeah, I just feel like because I have 3 phone numbers in one phone. So basically, sometimes it just all the works is go to my personal one, you know. And I feel like I need to have a different phones for the work. So every single time when I'm done with work, I put it away.
Right.
So I can enjoy more of my freedom, because when I see the phone numbers or texts or emails from my phone, then my mind constantly actually like look at and answer, and then try to work. So I think it's like that is something that distracted me for the last 3 days when I was attending the mod 2, the mod 3, because I would just like keep looking at it, or it's just like phone calls keep coming up. So yeah, that's something I maybe have to think about it, to have personal freedom by having a different phone for it, even though it's cost more finance. But I currently have one phone that is active, but it's not like active, but I can transfer that app to the phone that is just not working, so I can put it separate and not paying too much attention of my time into that, if that makes sense.
Yeah, and can I offer up another idea for you?
Yeah.
So what about your phone notifications?
I don't have ringtone. I don't have ringtone. I don't have anything.
But you find that you still will look if you're not getting notified.
Yeah.
You will still look. And have you explored the feature on your iPhone that shuts apps off after a certain time?
Well, it just doesn't show up. It give me any like vibration. I'm the one actually who go in there. So that's the reason why I'm trying to put it into wholly different phones. So whenever it's done, I'm gonna just like put in a locker,
Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah.
I agree. I think that's an amazing idea.
Yeah.
So going back to your 5 gray areas, what would it look like if we combined time, finances, and work into one, and then you came up with 2 others that are aligned with your personal freedom outside of self-care?
You said mentions that combine those 3 together. Time, finance, and work.
Yes. So let's say we combine all 3 of those, right? So that it's all work related. Just being mindful of our goal, right? We're trying to open up space in your life, and we're trying to make you think differently and wider. So if we put those 3 buckets in the same realm, then you would have work as one, you'd have phone usage, and then you'd have self-care. So what are 2 other personal freedom areas that you can identify?
No, I think you got it in the wrong way, or I didn't explain it carefully. I list out um in order to find what's those it's like a good reason for me to get distracted from my personal freedoms.
Mm.
So now I list it out so I can have a solution for it. For instance, which is okay, if I spend this much of time, a reminder which is okay, you already spend this much, it's running out and you cannot do it anymore. If that
Got
makes
it.
sense.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, okay. So yes, you're totally right. I apologize. I misunderstood you. So these are distractions from your personal freedom.
Yes.
Okay. And they all are work related. So that makes complete sense.
Yeah. So yeah, so basically what I recognize myself sometimes it's like an overachiever and then overload. That's the reason why I lost balance of my life. So basically right now I try to think or put myself because I put the priorities last time we mentioned. So if it's like now if it's just over 8 hours of work, and then if and I keep track of it, then the reminder that okay, you don't have anything else to do it today, let's do it tomorrow. So I'm just still have space for like sleep or anything else. So the reminder would be no more time for working hours. Let's do
Okay.
yeah. For the finance, I also have it's like a daily budget or daily goals for finance.
Yeah.
And let me write down maybe like if I reach 700. Okay. I think for finance, I would like to be flexible because it's with the type of service I'm doing, it's just basically it's inconsistent. It's not consistent. So basically I have to like have an average. I just cannot stop because maybe for the next 2 or 3 days I don't have any. So that is one thing that I need to be aware of. So I give myself it's like the minimum and maximum in a day. So if I reach somewhere in between that, and then I'll be okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so do you want to put a number on that?
Yeah, I have a number.
Okay. Okay. You don't have to share that number.
Yeah. I will share at the end. I'm just doing it. The phone users maybe I feel also kind of connected with live sometime because that's one of the reason when you don't watch anything such as if you don't watch TV for 5 years, 3 years, right? And then when you go back to any shows or anything, you tend to overdo it because you've been lack of it. So I think I recognize myself that sometimes I don't watch TV, I don't watch like shows or anything. So whenever I'm on phone or social media, I'm tend to actually make it up for the past and then I just like overdo it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So well, I will allow myself maybe like an hour a day or maybe like 30 minutes. 30 minutes or like an hour to on social media, connect with friends or post anything silly so I can feel like I still enjoy my life, I guess.
So 1 hour a day on social media.
Yeah.
And have you set that timer in your phone?
I don't set timer, but like I said, it just I will maybe really conscious with my own actions. instead of like timer. I will try to see how it go. If not, I will adjust to stricter solutions. Okay. Well, worked also the same thing with the other thing, but there are two types. So if I feel like one of the other work is just too much, then I'm not gonna do the other one. I let the other people do it.
Okay. So asking for help.
Yeah. Okay. For self-care, funny thing, for the last couple that I recognized, I was really shut out for some reason. Like when I was joining the IPAC, I was really like stressed, not fixed, not focused, or I feel I did not enjoy it. And then I have it's like a feeling that it's just wasting time. I don't know where that come from, even though I learned, but it just, I feel like because I'm in the situation that I cannot spend my time to just sitting and learning something that I need to make money. So for the last 3 days, I was really like, oh my God, this is like, I cannot handle it sitting here and like, I don't make anything. So it's like one of the fear. And then after that, I was trying to sleep, and then I was really tired and exhausted. I didn't have time to eat. I feel like it's really heavy for the mods. Even though everybody enjoyed it, they share that, but it's not for, it wasn't for me. I don't know. And I tried to sleep yesterday after the mod to take a nap because I was just exhausted, and I was really hungry, starving. So, and then I was trying to, shower, stay in a bath, but I in the mood of, in the moment of worry about my phones because someone worked, and then she just doesn't know how to handle everything herself. She gonna constantly like ask me. So I didn't feel any peace in my path time. So I maybe want to have a less people come to my place and I have more peace. That is self-care.
That's a really good goal. And I want to circle back to this idea that you mentioned of if you're just sitting and learning and doing something for yourself, you feel like you should be working. How does that mentality play into you not enjoying your life?
What's that?
How does that mentality show up in you not enjoying your life?
You mean like by sitting there for the last 3 days, I'm not going out doing anything and not enjoy life? Is that what you?
Yeah, I mean, you said that you feel as though you always have to be working.
Yeah. No, like I said, usually I work for a couple hours, but because of that, I couldn't work anything at all for the last 3 days. And even like go out, get coffee or anything, I didn't have time. They just constantly like talking and require you to like on video. I've been sitting on my chair for the last 3 days, like crazy. Feel like nauseous, anxious. But that's why I recognize my feelings that today I decided instead of working, I was trying to work today, but I recognize myself, and even my feeling and energy is not there. So I was like, you know what, my friend in town, I'm not gonna do anything today.
Okay, and how does that feel?
Feel amazing because it's just like I'm like, you know what? I only have 1 day off. Just let me off. And then you guys can book whatever different time when I'm on the schedule. Because I recognize that for myself, I'm just a workaholic and I put work from like Monday to Sunday except Saturday. And then that's the reason why people step over me from my schedule, because they don't let me take a day off because I allow them to reachable to reach out to me so easily. So I feel like I need to change that in order to to have a boundaries, like I mentioned earlier, that instead of putting my schedule Monday to Sunday, I've said Saturday, I'm just gonna work for like 3 days. And then, if those 2 days my work day, then they know, then they come and it's maxed out my working day, then the rest I can do enjoying my life instead of just staying and waiting to work.
Right.
Yeah.
So what other boundaries can you set in the workplace for yourself that would give you some more space?
Well, I think that is the first thing come as the boundary is mean like adjust my schedule on the calendar. Adjust the schedule. I've been denied a couple people who want to book. So it's feel like, oh, they're not gonna make a big deal about it. They still want to see or make an appointment next week. Just the schedule, only 4 days a week. And then also create another boundary with me train other people better, and when they hear train others, so they can actually do independent themselves instead of asking me like, hey, where is this, can I borrow this, how does it work? It's just like, I'm like, give me a break. So that's why I feel yeah so
so this idea of saying no.
Yeah. Or if even they text me, I'm not gonna answer until I feel like it.
Yeah. Okay, that's a great boundary to draw.
Okay.
Give yourself your personal space, and when you're ready, you'll respond.
Yeah. So I have the reminders for myself list out here. Well, if I cross over 8 hours of work, then I would say no more time for working. Let's do it tomorrow.
That's great. That's really great. Okay.
And then for the finance, so the numbers between somewhere, 7 to 10. Then I would say if I reach somewhere around 7 is at least, then or 8, I would be happy. I would stop and answering or taking appointments. So I can do it tomorrow.
Okay.
And if I still have time, it's like I overcome my goals, which is like only work 4 hours and I only make more than that, then I'm more than happy to do more. Yeah. About a phone, I would say no more than 1 hour. I do maybe work on YouTube. That's a different considers like something else for hobby, but it's like rolling on social media. I think I did that yesterday for like 3 hours. I didn't go sleep until 3. That's the reason why I keep getting tired. And then the fourth one is the work. So there are 2 type of work. There's one with the company and one with here. Then if it's overlap, it's mean like if I have the work here is too much, then I will not show up for the other one. I can just let people chill a little bit instead of asking them like, have you finished this? Have you finished this?
Yeah, so asking people to relax.
No, it's like me, ask me to let people relax.
Yeah.
So I mean like that one is for me, it's like, okay, if I have a busy day here for work in the US, then I would let people chill and not spending too much time to actually try to do another work. And then if it's across the time. For self-care, not much people come to my place, and I'm also it's just saying no to them, like, oh, I'm not home right now, or when they text me something, it's like I'm doing something important, I can just let them wait. And then for even self-care, I should do maybe like make time for myself at least an hour, 2 hours a day to do like face mask or hair care or bath, meditate, So that is something I need to get my mind relaxed. So that is what I have.
Okay, that's awesome. How does it feel discussing all of that?
Feels great.
Okay.
I just need it. So I can just, stay balanced and have my personal freedom to do the rest I mentioned about the YouTube thing, the going out explore things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
And any other boundaries that you want to set? I know you mentioned just your schedule on the calendar, saying no and denying people who want to book with you when you don't have the space, and then responding when you're ready.
Oh, just
anything you want to add to that list?
Oh, those are the action steps I'm going to do after this. Adjust the schedule. Yeah. Say no text, and that's all I think. Right? Can think of right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that's awesome. We have some concrete items that you're going to implement, and how do you believe that these will address your personal freedom?
What's that?
How do you think that how accountable do you think you'll feel in implementing all of these?
Oh, how accountable? Well, I will put this on my table.
Okay.
So I can look at it.
Okay.
And I have a board. I bought so many more to write. So I'm just writing them up there.
Great. Okay.
Yeah. No,
Awesome.
I've been achieving my goals great for the first week
That's
week
awesome.
of the year. But just when IPAC week happened, it just like kind of like, in the middle of my zen. So
yeah, no, I understand that.
yeah.
It's definitely a lot, but listen, it gave you the awareness.
Yes.
So that's a blessing.
Yeah, I think I cover everything.
Okay.
And
So what insight did you gain from our session today?
my friend is here. Hello.
What are you doing?
I'm talking to my coach. Are you here?
Oh shit. Oh, I thought you done at 10.
Oh no, talking to her at 10. Are you here?
Yeah, I don't know where to park.
Just drive in next to the house.
Okay.
Give me 1 second.
I'm sorry.
It's okay, no worries. Yeah. I think my energy changed, so I'm excited. So my friend is here. Like go and then hang out. Don't worry. Yeah.
Okay, awesome. Well, enjoy that and what you're saying.
Yeah.
One question, what would like me to ask in our next call to follow up?
To see how my feeling changed.
Okay.
How my mood or energy is different.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm excited for my friends here, so.
Great. Okay, good. I'm excited for you.
Okay, I will talk to you. Just let me know the schedule for session next time.
Perfect. Okay, great. Alrighty.
Thank you so much.
Have an
Okay.
amazing weekend.
Okay, bye bye. Same to you.
All right, bye.